Welcome everyone to Sandro Goes Off, the only show on YouTube that has had audio issues when recording a video. Truth be told, this video is a little bit late. We're going to talk about Mortal Kombat today, but I have a new setup. As you can see, I recorded a video. It didn't come out as great as I wanted due to audio issues, so the only way to fix it at the moment is with this microphone. So I am going to talk in this microphone. I hope you don't mind. Of course you don't mind. Why would you? I mean, it doesn't bother you. It doesn't affect the way you live. All right. Now, before I get into it, I need you to hit that sub button, like this video, leave a comment, share it with your friends and your enemies. This channel recently hit 100 plus subscribers. We thank you very much for it. We're going to get better, I assure you. But in the meantime, let's talk about this film known as Mortal Kombat. Spoilers ahead, by the way. There seems to be a lot of animosity about this film. Everyone says it's not that great. It's bad. It's like not worth your time. But we're going to do this a little differently today because I am here to tell you that I rated this film as a good film. There we go. Good film. Now people are probably wondering, Sandro, you madman. You fucking fuck. Why did you think this is a good film? Let me explain why. First of all, this director kind of knows what he's doing in a sense. For those of you that don't know, the director, I forget his name because, you know, I hardly do research. I just kind of read up on it, but I always forget the names. He pretty much adapted the Mortal Kombat story, Scorpion's Revenge. If you have not seen that movie, that's on HBO Max right now. It's an animated movie, or yeah, I think it's a comic book. Maybe it's a chapter in another video game. I don't know. It's everywhere. But basically, he adapted it to a T. And yeah, in doing so, he sacrificed a big chunk of Mortal Kombat lore. But you know, if you're a fan like me that's been a fan for 20 plus years, you already fucking know what Mortal Kombat is. You know it's a fucking tournament. You don't give a fuck. You don't need to know all the fucking bullshit that happens. Because we know. We played the video games for 20 fucking years. It's the same thing. I'm saying fuck a lot because I am a big fan of Kano in this film. That fucking Australian, goddamn. Fuck, man. He's great. He's hilarious. He's also great in Superstore. So, you know, check that out. The story is lacking. Sorry to cut you off, past Sandro. This is future Sandro in the editing room, which is the same room in the same spot. How dumb is this movie? Well, in this film, Shang Tsung and the bad guys basically have won 9 Mortal Kombats in a row. And if they win one more Mortal Kombat, they take over Earth. As sold by the rules, I guess. So in order for them to guarantee that they win, they're breaking the rules by attacking and killing them before the tournament starts. That way they have the advantage. So basically, they are breaking the rules so that they can obey the rule that they win the 10th Mortal Kombat and take over the Earth. That's it. Back to you, old past Sandro. It's not that great. It's really questionable acting, but they got the characters right. Hey Sandro, it's me, Sandro. Sorry to cut you off again, but all the characters are great. They all are pretty accurate when it comes to personality and ability wise and attire wise. The only thing that looks a little, you know, iffy is Cole's outfit because he's a new character and it's pretty plain and generic, all things considered, considering what everyone else has. Oh, and Goro, yeah, it's a CGI monster. Whatever. The old one was better. I'll give the old one that, the old practical effects monster. All right, back to you. Oh, hi. People say that they didn't get the characters right. They got Liu Kang wrong. Fuck off. I mean, if you played Mortal Kombat, like, I forgot what game. I think it's called Shaolin Monks. Well, Liu Kang is a goody two-shoe, man. He's not a badass. This is an origin when he becomes a badass, which is kind of like what happens in the original game anyway, because I believe, and again, spoiler warning, Kung Lao does die, and Liu Kang, you know, is out for revenge. It becomes a revenge arc for him. But, you know, he wasn't always like that. He was goody two-shoe, like fucking, a mix of fucking, I don't know, Ash Ketchum and Goku. That's a really bad comparison. Another thing that the director did right was, like, he knows his Mortal Kombat lore, as I said, but there's, like, one scene in particular that he just nailed it. In the film, Kung Lao fights this winged character, which I don't even know who this person was. More props to the director. He had some guy with a giant hammer and some winged character. Those are obscure Mortal Kombat characters. I thought they were made up like Cole, and we're going to get to Cole in a minute. But in the scene, Kung Lao fights this winged warrior fighter lady, and, you know, they just start fighting. He's just like, yeah, I'm going to get Kung Lao. And then Kung Lao bodies her, cuts her in half with his hat via like a chainsaw type thing. And then, like, you know, I think someone says it, or I think he says it, or someone else says it. He's just like, flawless victory. And that is a flawless victory, because in Mortal Kombat, when you fight and you don't get no hits and you win, that's a flawless victory. In the old film, I don't want to compare it a lot to the old film, but in the old film, the 90s film, I think Kano or someone fought, Kano, Katano, or Liu Kang fought, they're fighting someone, and then after they won, Shang Tsung was all like, flawless victory. But it's bullshit, because you know what? They got hit several times, so it's not a fucking flawless victory, you fucking liar. When that happened in the film, it made me really happy. It gave me this shit-eating grin you're seeing right here. The director, he got it right. He got it right. Yeah, let's talk about Cole for a second. So Cole is basically a hero or fighter made for this movie. He's not that great. He's a loser. But you know what? He has a family that loves him. And you know what? I don't think that makes him a loser at all. Because at the end of the day, love conquers all. I'm sorry. That's not true at all. It's all about blood and guts. Cole is basically a descendant of Scorpion, and he doesn't know about this until later on. And then he gets his mantra, his aura awakened or whatever, which is also good because the aura mantra, whatever the hell it is that awakens these fighters, that what gives them incredible abilities. That's how come Sub-Zero can shoot ice. That's why Sonya can shoot like fucking like balls of like circles or something, and that's why Kano can shoot a fucking laser from his eye. It's just because of the aura awakening in a body. I mean, like, no, it's a video game movie, man. What do you expect? With that said, Cole is a necessary part of this story, and it's good too. People were always like bitching about, oh, why don't you put Johnny Cage in this movie? The way I see it, by making an original character for this film, that just means that in the later film, they could kill him off, and, you know, you won't be as attached to, like, let's say a Johnny Cage or a Striker, you know? Like, just kill the new guy. Who gives a fuck? Furthermore, have you played a Mortal Kombat game lately? They're fucking crazy. There's a Terminator in the game now. I think Rambo's in the game. I think RoboCop's in the game. Also Hellboy. I mean, like, it's ridiculous. I'm pretty sure the creators at NetherRealm are going to eventually make Cole as a DLC character for Mortal Kombat, so whatever, who gives a fuck? Just ease up, man. Ease up. But probably the biggest gripe that people have with this film, all in all, is the fact that there is not a Mortal Kombat in this Mortal Kombat movie. But again, who gives a shit? This world building. You're gonna get a Mortal Kombat tournament. You're just building up to it, man. This is like Lord of the Rings, except instead of throwing a fucking ring inside a volcano, you're just building up to a fucking Mortal Kombat. So be patient. And before anyone says anything, yes, the film is actually already greenlit for a sequel because that was the agreement. They're going to make this film on the cheap. This film was only made for $50 million, by the way. A typical blockbuster nowadays costs $100 million. That's why you hardly saw any marketing until like a month before the movie. And from there, he can do the Mortal Kombat tournament introduce some new fighters because, you know, a couple fighters already died already. And, you know, we need some new fighters. What new characters could they bring in, you ask? Well, let me tell you, they have a plentiful of people that they could still use. They have Sindel, Striker, Devora. You know, Devora, the person that uses bees. Remember that one clip from Conan O'Brien when he interviewed Marshawn Lynch and Gronk? And he was like, Gronk, use your bees. Could happen. And you're going to get your fucking Johnny Cage as from that last shot in the movie. So you could fuck off with that too. All I'm saying is, in general, people need to chill about this Mortal Kombat movie. Is it the greatest film of all time? No. Is it better than the original 90s? I'd say it's just as cheesy. So I'd say they're pretty much even. But this film has blood and guts. And the other one doesn't. So, you know, I'm going to have to give it the edge to this one. That's why I think this film is essential. And that's why I think you all should watch Mortal Kombat on HBO Max or in theaters right now. Give it a shot. I mean, it's not the tour de force that you want. No video game movie as is great. This is just popcorn entertainment. Thank you all for watching. Like I said, like this video, sub to this channel, leave a comment. What did I miss? I miss a lot, but you know what? Fuck you. Leave a comment. Maybe I'll read it. Maybe I'll start reading the comments. I probably won't. Have a good day. Stay safe. Okay.